If you plan on paying a visit to Florida's Treasure Coast anytime soon, you may find some popular river-based tourist attractions unavailable. Fishing, paddleboarding, even kayaking has all but come to a standstill as toxic algae, the result of contaminated water being pumped from nearby Lake Okeechobee and Loch St. Stewart, takes over.
We are protesting the release of fresh water from Lake Okeechobee into our estuary. The water comes from rains in the center of the state, and it's supposed to drain through the Everglades and be filtered out. But what they've done is channeled that to make farmland, and they dump that water on us. So we get an excess amount of fresh water into our brackish water, which we're not supposed to have. We get fertilizers from the farms, which we're not supposed to have, and that's what's in the water. It causes algae blooms. We're basically feeding algae that's supposed to take up a very minute percentage of the actual water composition. But when you give it a ton of fertilizer from, runoff from farms, it goes crazy, like the algae bloom we have right now. Like our river, the St. Lucie River, is literally toxic.
We sent tests, and the test came back that it's toxic blue-green algae, and it's got a microcystis toxin. It's hepatotoxin, which is bad for your liver. So don't touch the algae in the water.
It's so bad because it's killing our fish, our aquatic mammals, pretty much everything that lives in our river.
The pollutants are killing seagrasses and oysters, manatees, dolphins, and pelicans, and causing bacterial infections in people who come in contact with it. All the waterfront cities between Vero Beach and Stewart are suffering the effects, not the least of which is a hit to the tourism industry that helps these beautiful locales thrive.
I was just talking to somebody who is an avid swimmer, an ocean swimmer that goes to Bathtub Beach, and she came out of the water covered, ended up with like swollen eyes, and because at low tide, all that river water is sucked out into the ocean. You can go to the beach at low tide and the water's brown, and then come back 8 hours later at high tide and it's blue again. It sucks it back in. That's how the cycle works. But that anywhere near that inlet, if you're at the beach, you're swimming in toxic water at low tide.
Want to see these precious waterways restored to their former glory? Florida residents can write to their elected officials and sign the Rivers Coalition petition at www.riverscoalition.org. Anyone can make a donation to help the organization fight for the river. Help us save our rivers and wildlife before it's too late.